There's been some research carried out that states there are now 5,070 ISA millionaires in the UK, and 95% of them have wealth between £1 million and £2 million sitting in ISAs. Now, all those people aren't necessarily rich bankers. They are people who have just consistently put away money in ISAs for an incredibly long period of time. So you might be somebody who's never considered taking out a cash ISA or stocks and shares ISA. So the first piece of the podcast, I just want to inspire you with some research into ISA Millionaires that's been published. Now, I've met the very first ISA Millionaire, and it was somebody called Baron Lee. And in fact, I did a bit of an investment talk for some young carers at the Renaissance Foundation, which is a charity that we support that helps young people who often have to look after people. It may be somebody who is medically ill, or they may have some condition or addiction that makes life very difficult for that young person. So some of the people, unfortunately, have people in their family they're looking after that may have drink and alcohol problems. So the charity provides respite for the young carers, but also talks from third parties, which include us, and they've even had some famous people go in, like Lewis Hamilton, to inspire them. And one time we went in and did a talk, and Baron Lee was there as well. And we talked about investing and inspiring the young people to try and build wealth into the future. So as part of that, Baron Lee did talk about his ISA millionaire status and how he was apparently the first one. Now, he isn't the only one, because there's been some research carried out that states there are now 5,070 ISA millionaires in the UK, and 95% of them have wealth between £1 million and £2 million sitting in ISAs. Now, all those people aren't necessarily rich bankers. They are people who have just consistently put away money in ISAs for an incredibly long period of time. And a lot of them stem back to the days when ISAs were preceded by PEPs. So we're talking about more than 20 years ago. So just to give you some inspiration, you could become an ISA millionaire if you invest the UK average of £7,594 a year and you get 5% return on that money. You would become an ISA millionaire within 41 years. Now, that is quite a long period of time, but it just shows you that consistency and putting amounts of money into an ISA, you could get a tax-free pot that is sizable. Now, one way to reduce that time is to use what Rathbones, who carried out this research, calls the pay rise method. And that's to increase your contributions by just 2% each year. So that's in line with what would be a modest pay rise. If you do that, then you would shave 5 years off the timeline it would take you to become an ISA millionaire. Now, anyone who listens to the podcast knows I'm a big fan of increasing contributions to investments each year, even if it's just by a small inflationary amount. So that can have a huge impact and grow your pot much quicker, and also help beat inflation over the long term. If you really want to go for it and become an ISA millionaire, and you can put in £20,000 a year, so the full annual allowance every year. Now, I know that's going to change next year to £12,000 for a cash ISA if you're under the age of 65, but your overall ISA allowance will remain at £20,000. Now, if you did put the full amount in every year and you got a 5% return, then you would get to the £1 million figure in 25 years. And if you manage to get a 7% return, then that drops to just 20 years. So it is something that is achievable, probably quicker than most people think, but you will, of course, have to put in more money. Now, those are big numbers, but if you go back to the show that we did about how the first £100,000 of your wealth is the most important, another way to look at this is that if you were somebody who was fortunate enough to be able to max out their ISAs for 5 years in a row, you would get to that £100,000 figure in 5 years that you would have in cash ISAs or invested. And with investment ISAs, you are more likely to grow your money over time at a greater rate than cash. Of course, the value can go down as well as up. But once you've got to that £100,000 level and you didn't put any more money into ISAs, then if you got 10% return every year, which is the long-term average for the S&P 500, and that's pretty punchy, then your money would double every 7 years. So after 7 years, your £100,000 would be £200,000. After another 7 years, it would be worth £400,000. And another 7 years, you would be at £800,000. So that's a total of 21 years after you got to that £100,000 level, where you haven't put in any more money. You would almost be an ISA millionaire. And so it is feasible. Yes, you've got to be able to put the money in the first instance, but you could focus on what I would call a coast version of becoming an ISA millionaire, where you put your feet up on the handlebars and you coast down the hill. So it takes the phrase from that coast fire movement. But one of the things that will stop you ever growing wealth and maybe becoming an ISA millionaire, if you're lucky enough to have the money, is if you don't have things like an emergency fund, because people will tend to take their money back out of an ISA if something like your boiler blows up or there's some other reason that you need money. So you do need to have savings set aside, like an emergency fund, of money for those everyday things, because you want your money to be able to compound over time, because that's how you grow wealth, through that momentum of compounding. So having said all that, then of course ISAs are part of the mix when it comes to your personal finances. So you don't want to use an ISA and neglect your pension, for example, because you can benefit from the compounding in there and the tax-free status, but also you can get tax relief on the contributions on the way in. And if you are part of an employer's scheme, you can also get those important employer contributions as well. But it just is really to highlight that ISAs do have a place within your portfolios. And even if you are saving money and you are not investing, you're putting it into cash, some of the best savings rates at the moment are within cash ISAs, and that never used to be the case historically. I know we have our savings allowances as well, but the savings allowance, which is £1,000 for somebody who's a basic rate taxpayer, that's the amount you can earn in interest every year without paying tax, and that drops down to £500 for somebody who's a higher rate taxpayer, and you don't even get a savings rate for somebody who is an additional rate taxpayer. But that allowance gets used up relatively quickly if you put, say, £20,000 or more into a savings account, not an ISA, and you're getting 4 to 5% interest every year. You'll find yourself soon having to pay tax on the interest that you earn. And unfortunately, that is just one of the functions of having some really good interest rates on savings accounts now. And Andy, you've got the current best rates that you can get on easy access cash ISAs, lifetime ISAs, and junior ISAs at the moment.
Yeah, so the best rate you'll currently get on a cash ISA is 4.68% at the moment. Again, I'll caveat this, that this is right at the time of recording. We're at the end of March now, 2026. Rates do change. If you're looking at a lifetime cash ISA, the best rate at the moment is 4.6%. And then if you're looking for something like a junior cash ISA, the best rate on the market at the moment is 3.85%. So lots of different types of ISAs there. The rates are going anywhere between 3.85% right up to almost 5%.
When you're looking at easy access cash ISAs, the rates are attractive. You will see some out there that are above the levels that Andy mentioned, but they tend to have very short bonus rates that are only lasting as little as 3 months. So when you look at the average rate you get over the whole year of holding that easy access ISA, then it means it's probably going to be not much above 4%. So Andy mentioned the best rates there on the easy access cash ISAs that have at least a 12-month bonus. So do check the T's and C's. Also check what happens if you make withdrawals, how that impacts any interest rates before you sign up. And all of these rates tend to be variable. So if the Bank of England base rate changes, then you're likely to see the rate that you get on those accounts change as well.